I did.
Where'd you
Yes. It's called Calvary. I've been going there for the past year.
And that's not where
a
Dad
bit.
and I went with you.
No, that's
Okay.
a different church. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they have an 8:15 service that I went to.
Ew.
Because a friend invited me to the 8:15 service, and it was so nice waking.
Wait, a college student friend?
Yeah.
Like you wake up that early?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, being able to wake up 45 minutes after I went to service last week was
Yeah.
quite nice. So, yes.
Anyway, we've got a great Sunday for you.
Yes.
People are looking up here.
Yes.
Actually,
I don't know who's in the band. I know Simon's in the band.
Simon!
I know Steve's in the band.
Steve!
It's
What
always
song?
a good band.
Yeah.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
We do
It's
have
interesting
communion.
because sometimes we've gone to National Youth Gathering, and I find a lot of kids are just like, oh my gosh, the music and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And our students are like, nah.
I mean,
I mean, it's great music.
it's still like,
but it's like,
really
yeah.
awesome, but like,
Yeah, we are very, very fortunate here.
yes.
We have communion today.
We do have communion.
So if you want to
Grab
commune
your-
with us,
Grab your tortilla shells, grab your wine.
tortilla shells.
That's unleavened bread.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you have pita, that works. Maybe you're a naan guy. Grab your naan.
What about like soup crackers?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway.
Just grab something.
Please
Yeah.
commune with us.
Yes, it's a great thing that we get to do. Yes. It is
Okay.
Crowder concert tonight
Crowder.
for some of our in-house folks who
I wonder if they
purchased
still have tickets.
They might have very last-minute tickets.
Elkhorn, right? Elkhorn County Fairgrounds?
Walworth County.
Walworth County Fairgrounds in Elkhorn.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
No, it should be a good time.
David Crowder, Elkhorn.
Let's find out. I'd be surprised if there were still tickets. I mean, maybe you
I
can
don't know.
show
We
up
went- here we go.
there and get, like, the scalpers that are
We went to, did you? Yeah, you were with us. We went to the Now Arena.
for,
For
Toby Mac
for-
and Crowder, yeah.
Yeah, Toby Mac and
honestly,
Crowder.
like, Toby Mac was the main show. I like the Crowder part
had no-
better.
I had no idea that Toby
Yeah.
Mac, because like Crowder went on, I'm like, I guess we're not going to
Yeah.
see Toby Mac. And,
And, like,
then he
he-
was like the main,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
No, I'm excited for Crowder to see him as the main act. He gets to kind of do what he wants to do now. Should be a good time.
Anyway,
There might not be more tickets.
I just got to go to the right place. And I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Well, if you decide you want to go look up, we'd love to see you at Crowder tonight.
Yeah, FOF has a little block, and so
Yes.
should be fun.
Yes.
Should be fun.
It'd be a great time. And at the very least, I know it's like a Crowder concert, but like these concerts are some of the best worshipful experiences for me as well.
Crowder is
Like I went to a Phil Wickham, Brandon Lake, Pat Barrett, like they called it a sing-along thing a few years ago. And it's still just ingrained in my memory.
Was that
as,
it?
like,
Was that at Willow?
That was at Willow, yeah. And that's still one of like the best worship experiences
Yeah.
I've had. And so
Yeah.
I'm excited for Crowder. But yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
I would not be surprised if Steve was doing a few Crowder songs today. And
Oh, is he? What's
he
our
might-
music look like
spirit
today?
of it. Not Crowder.
No
Crowder songs. Dang.
Aw.
He's not hyping us up for it. I guess there was enough Crowder 2 weeks ago.
That was a fun Sunday.
Well, hey, if you are worshiping with us, we would love to know that you are engaging in this practice with us. So if you would text HERE to 855-465-2720, it just lets us know you're worshiping. And it's great to do fellowship together instead of being isolated, even if we're not in the same location. Text prayer to that same number if you have prayer requests. It's a great way to, again, do life together, pray for each other. Wonderful resource. You can also text GIVE to that same number now.
Everything has been consolidated to
Yes,
that number.
Yes, no,
Yes.
no more 7 different numbers for 7 different things. So if you're willing to give an offering to us, that'd be great. Text GIVE to that number. Quite frankly, you could text anything to that number and someone would receive it. So like, I don't recommend that,
Yeah.
but
Here's my
it is,
car
it,
insurance.
it is an option. So yes. Yeah.
All right, we are going to get ready to worship. Got a
Yes.
small crowd today. Hopefully that means we
small
got a lot
today.
on with you guys.
Yes. Let's get into it. Welcome to worship.
Welcome to worship.
hi to someone, maybe that you know or don't know, and introduce yourself. And we'll get going. the praise. Only you can, only you can. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. You left the glory of your throne to bring this run way back home. Only you can, only you can. You give me love, you give me life, you keep me dancing through the night. Only you can, only you can. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. You move me, your freedom is consuming. I feel you rushing through me. I'll never be the same. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. 'Cause every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name.
Morning, everyone. Guys, happy Labor Day weekend, and thanks for choosing to come here and worship today. Go ahead, grab a seat, and glad that you could be with us. If you're new with us here at FOF, please come say hello after the service. You can stop by the big wall that says Connect, or find me by the front door or anything like that. I would love to meet you and can help you out with church, show you around a little bit, answer your questions or whatever might help you in your journey here. Hey, we're going to put a number on the screen this morning, and just follow the instructions. Pull out your phone. If you don't mind, please text the word here. Let us know that you're worshiping today to 855-465-2720. You can text prayer or give to the same number if you'd like us to be praying for you this week in some specific kind of way. Or if you'd like to give an offering online, you can do it through the same number. There's also offering buckets you'll find in the back, or hop on our website, fellowshipoffaith.org. Go to the giving page for all different kinds of ways you can give in that arena as well. Hey, this coming Saturday, I want to put this on your grid. We have got a Faith Step workshop coming up, and this is a great thing to come to if you're looking to explore the FOF scene. You want to get behind the scenes. What makes this place tick? What's our identity as a congregation? What do we believe? Where are we going? And even more honed in, if you are interested in your own spiritual journey, in being baptized or having your child baptized, or if you're interested in membership here at FOF, that's what this workshop is designed to do. There's no commitment to take any of those steps by coming to it, but if you want to kick the tires, get really good information on it, and see what the process is about, this coming Saturday, 9 a.m., you can go to the Connect wall after the service today and register right there. You can do it straight from your phone, right from our website. Easy as that. So hey, we're going to shift gears. We're going to jump into prayer today because we're communing today, and Jesus invites us to come and share this meal with him that he promises to come to us in. And so if you're like me, takes just a moment to downshift. And so what I encourage you to do is just take a few moments right now and to pray. Tell God what you need him. God says that he's paying attention. God listens. I love how Jesus even puts it when he says, ask and you'll receive. Seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will be open. And maybe you're here today and you haven't dared to ask. Dare to ask. Maybe you're here today and you're like, I've asked a lot. And he doesn't seem to be answering. Dare to ask again. But this time, maybe with a different posture that says, Lord, I know you want what's best for me. So if this isn't happening now and I don't know the reason, help me to trust you in the middle of it. Maybe you're burdened today and you've been carrying it way too long. Give that to God. Ask him for forgiveness, for renewal. Because God is full of grace. So Lord, hear our prayers. Coming up to you this morning, hear our prayers in this time and place. Merciful God, we confess that we are by nature sinful and unclean. We've sinned against you in thought, word, and deed, by what we have done and by what we have left undone. We've not loved you with our whole hearts. We've not loved our neighbors as ourselves. We justly deserve your present and eternal punishment. But for the sake of your Son, Jesus Christ, have mercy on us. Forgive us, renew us, and lead us so that we may delight in your will and walk in your ways to the glory of your holy name. As betrayed, Jesus took bread. He broke it. He gave it to his disciples and he said, "Take and eat. This is my body given for you." He took a cup after supper and gave it to them and said, "Drink of this, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, shed for you for the forgiveness of all of your sins. Come and do this in remembrance of me." Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to the table of the Lord.
with a melody. I'm surrounded with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. No, I'm no longer a slave to fear, and I am a child of God. No, I'm no longer a slave to fear, and I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you've chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again into a family. Your blood flows through my veins. And I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. No, I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. No, I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. No, I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and say, I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. You drowned my fears in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and say, I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God.
Thanks, Ben. It's always hard to follow such a wonderful array of music. And, you know, Morgan, that song you say, that speaks right to me. And I think, you know, it's kind of like a song that just really means a lot to me. So thank you for blessing us. So let's give it for the... It said here. So... I had a whole message prepared for today. Had it prepared about a week or so ago. And as I was going over it, I'm like, this doesn't feel right for this Sunday. And I kept pushing it, and the harder I tried, the more difficult and this Holy Spirit was just nagging at me. That's not the message you need to give today. And then he talked to me and says, you need to talk about stillness, Todd. Which is funny because you know me and I'm anything but still, right? So now that we're approaching, summer's over, a resting, relaxing summer that everyone had, which I kind of laugh at. Every time I move into a new season, I think, okay, this is the season I'm going to slow down. I'm going to catch my breath. And I'm just going to take it easy for a little bit. But that's really not my nature. It's like I feel like I'm on a bullet train somewhere with no stops in between, but just a beginning and an end. And riding through the countryside, watching things whiz by, and just not really able to catch my breath. If I had a soundtrack for my life, it would be the song that Mark Schultz wrote and sung about 2003. It says, I am running just to catch myself. And so often, I don't know if you guys can associate this, is that we seem like we're running just to catch up with ourselves. So God has been making it clear to me that you need to work on stillness, Todd. And I don't know, maybe I'm just talking for me, but hopefully I'm going to do therapy for myself in front of all you guys, so hopefully you guys can relate to this. Or maybe it's just me and you're just going to listen to a monologue. Anyways, so when I think about stillness, I go back to Psalm 23. I'm going to put it up on the screen. And this has been, God has been throwing this, because I've done 2 funerals in the last month, and this is a song that's usually used at funerals. But when I started looking at it, I started feeling the peace as I started to read this. And let's just kind of read it out. Maybe you'll feel the same peace I did. The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod, your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table for me. In the presence of my enemies, you anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. And faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. I think the 2 verses, the verse that sticks out to me is, he lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. It really speaks of stillness and of calm. But unfortunately, stillness is really hard for me because I have ADHD. When I try to still myself, my body rebels and undermines me. It's really hard to describe this whole feeling of saying, be still. So there's a video, and I'm going to let Andrew play it. And this is kind of, when I hear be still, this is what my body does.
Uh-oh, I'm getting happy feet. Excuse me, every once in a while that happens. I have no control over when it does. Sorry.
I know it's a little dated, but tell me to be still, and that's what I do. So this has been around for all my life. When I was young, I was always moving. Something in my body was always in motion, so much so that my parents would be driven crazy. We had a tri-level home, and we would watch TV in the basement, and my parents would see me just fidgeting around, and they say, okay, let's stop, and you need to sit still for 60 seconds. Because I was the third child, and there wasn't enough sofas around for us, I was laying on the floor. And you remember these rugs that you used to have back in the day? I think some of us still have them. But that was my still place. What complicated the whole thing was we had a beagle who would take her food bowl, whip it up on the carpet, and then roll on it, grinding all the Purina dog chow into little bites of BB-sized Purina dog chow. So when you laid down on it or sat on it, you're always getting kind of a little thing. So that just complicated me trying to sit still. And I laughed because all you guys talk about Legos and stepping on them in the dark. Try walking across that. It's like walking across glass in the middle of the night. So we were the first, I think, Lego pebbles that we worked on. So no matter how much my mom would vacuum that carpet, and when she'd vacuum, it sounded like shotgun blasts with all the things flying through it, there was always a few pieces left, hidden somewhere, and I was a magnet for them, and I found them, and I laid on them. So then my dad would start, he goes, okay, Todd, for 60 seconds, you need to be still. And he called out the 10-second increments each time. 10 seconds, gone, no problem. 20 seconds, well, that piece of dog food lying under my head just popped up and said, 60 seconds, not today, you're going to do this. I would start sweating. Energy was just building up and trying to, come out. 30 seconds, halfway there, and then happy feet would hit. So it'd start with a little twitch in my leg, and I'd be, going. Then that pebble in the back of my head, now squishy with sweat, is kind of rubbing in there going, no, not today. And then we were reaching, and then I had to release it all. I couldn't sit still. I was afraid if I held for 60 seconds, there'd be a mushroom cloud over our house in Des Plaines. I never made it to 60 seconds. I found out later that my older brother and sister were running a bookie club with an over-under on how many seconds or minutes I would make. And I think they were cutting my dad in on it because he was trying to pawn this game to Hasbro like the Todd Sit Still game. But one of the coping mechanisms I have for this is that I overthink things, okay? Because overthinking allows me to put things and order things. For example, if Jenny, my wife, would call and say, hey, Todd, why don't you stop and pick up something on the way home that we need? Well, within about a millisecond, the GPS in my brain is calculating the 5 stores in the area on my way home that have this item. It's mapped out 3 routes, and then calculated the time, how much I'd need to stop and get in there and out and get home with another 3 routes. Then, another part of my brain is saying, I just turned the car on, I heard the last 3 notes of a song, trying to figure out the name of the song, the band that sung it, when it was released, and where I was when I first heard it. And the other 6 parts of my brain, I wouldn't even get into that because they're off, doing a lot of weird stuff. But some of you out there that understand this, you're probably going, eight things going at once? Amateur. So even though I say this in jest, it is hard for me to be still. And I don't know about you guys, but it is a challenge. It is a challenge to say, he lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. That always seemed out of reach for me. That was until about a month ago, a friend of mine who I biked with locally had moved out to California and was actually watching some videos of FOF, and she reached out and said, hey, how are you doing? And through the conversation we had, she mentioned that her body was rebelling in the same ways. She wasn't still, she was active. And she started this practice of trying to sit still for 60 seconds. And I'm like, okay, you're preaching to the choir here. And she said, what you need to do is find a chair in a quiet place, sit down, and don't move for 60 seconds. And I'm thinking, right, it's not going to happen. Well, then I started trying it and focused on just being still, learning the discipline. And then thinking, well, stillness is fine, but the whole purpose is to be still with God, is to bring God into stillness, open myself up to that. So what I found after a few times, I haven't hit 60 yet, is that your Bible apps have these narrations. And I found that Psalm 23 is 53 seconds long if you allow it to narrate it. So if you sit there quiet, start it, you only have 7 seconds to make, which is very doable, through that. And so I started doing that. And my hope is, she said, is that you move up by 30-second increments and you keep practicing and practicing. And the stillness, filled with whatever scripture you want being read to you, is a way for me to be still and to be present with God. Because it's not just about being still, it's about being present with God. I realized that if I don't add this to my life is going to continue to accelerate. And the problem with acceleration is little things in your life that hit you when you're accelerating at these tremendous speeds cause tremendous damages. When you are at a normal pace, but I don't know anyone is that, you're able to handle that a lot better. And I watched this 3-part documentary on the Columbia space shuttle and the disaster that happened. And it really brought home this point. In February 1st of 2003, about 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the space shuttle Columbia broke into pieces on reentry. It spread a debris field about 10 miles long, and all of the astronauts were lost. But the problem didn't happen that day on February 1st. It happened 16 days earlier on takeoff. When that shuttle took off, they noticed a piece of insulating foam from the main gas tank peel off and hit the front edge of the space shuttle wing, and they didn't know what it did. You could see it explode if you watch the video. For 16 days, the engineers at NASA were trying to figure out ways to check it, to look at it, to get an idea what the damage was. But a group of the engineers pushed back and says, well, we've seen this happen before. We've done the calculations. We've seen the results home, and it's not a problem. They tried to get satellite feeds to look at it, but ultimately, there was nothing they can do. They had no fix for it. And so, Columbia is re-entering, heat is growing. NASA starts hearing and getting signals that all these alarms are failing, things are failing, things are failing, things are failing, and then nothing. They kept calling out to the Columbia, nothing. Then they started getting reports that they're seeing debris and fire in the sky. As I was sitting there watching this, I asked the question, why didn't they try to shoot a piece of foam at that wing to see what happened? For 16 days, they didn't do it. But you know what? After the crash, they were so confident it wasn't the foam that one of the head of NASA said, because this whole foam piece was on the news, it couldn't have been that. The foam piece is too light, too small, soft. It's not going to do the damage that would cause these failures. So I'm sitting there yelling at a screen like I do for documentaries, like, I got a hand up for whoever does that too. And So after the shuttle crashed or broke up in re-entry, they did do the experiment. And I can't describe it with words. I think let's just show a video. And let me preface this that, so they recreated everything. They got the foam piece, the right size, the right dimensions. They reconstructed the shuttle wing and all this. And then they did all calculations, angles. Let's show this video.
When the angles, speed, and size of the foam projectile were set to simulate conditions during the Columbia launch,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Even the smallest, softest piece of foam did that much damage. So the sin that Satan throws at you and the temptations he throws at you while you're accelerating, that's the type of damage you have. Because the speed we're accelerating, it doesn't allow us time, doesn't allow us any flexibility to deal with that. You know, I know that some of us here may already have a hole like that in our wing. And the heat's turning up a little bit. And we're starting to structurally shake and vibrate. There's warning signs going out. It's time to be still. It's time to be still and know that I am God, like Psalm 43 said. Some of us maybe are accelerating, but that piece of foam hasn't hit. But it's coming. It's coming. And when your life heats up, you see what happens. There was a pastor that I heard spoke one time. He was from England, and he talked about tea and how that when you look at a tea bag, it looks so innocent, so tasty. And then you put it in hot water and stuff comes out of it. This is what happens when you put hot water and you put sin and you put this kind of acceleration in your life. It goes sideways. I don't want to leave a 10-mile debris field in my life. I don't want any of you to do that. So I'm asking you, join with me. If you feel it, if you have already conquered that 60 seconds of stillness, hooray for you. Keep it going. But I'm going to work on stillness. Stillness in this weekend where we're probably always sitting there gone. One of your brains is gone. I got a Labor Day picnic to go to finish this up. Stillness. Be still. Let God be still with you. Don't ignore those alarms to go unnoticed. Do something. Find time to be still and let God be with you. So, as you go out today, plans, I know that I have to meet my son at Stevens Point up in college. I'm trying to push that out of my mind as I'm talking. Make a date with yourself to sit still. Don't get happy feet like I did. Let God be with you. So I'm going to call the band up, and I'll pray. Just bow your heads. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for all the opportunities that we have in our life, the ones that are just driving us to work harder and faster. Our lives are accelerating at rates that were never imagined years ago. It just takes one bump, one little defect, and it'll be spinning out of control. We know that's not what you want of us. You know that through Jesus, your son, he modeled stillness. He modeled taking care of himself. Help us not to ignore ourselves in that way. Help us to be still, to be with you, and just to share that stillness with you so we can be enriched and we can be made healthy in you. So thank you all for coming. God loves you. Jesus died for you too. And maybe that's what you need is like a child who is doing it. Hold on to God. Let him hold on to you and still you. You can have a new life in Jesus. I hope to see you all next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. I'm going to ask you not to take Todd's advice until after this song. So let's stand and sing.
Down on my luck, I'm stuck, was run, broken hearted. Sinking so fast, I couldn't last, falling apart. And you could have ran away, leaving me there in my shame, leaving me fighting my pain. But you made a better way. Well, I've been saying goodbye to the sinner, held by the Father of love. No more shame. Pour out of the desert, I'm drowned in the power of love. With only show me all my life in a new light. Every step, every breath, like it's the first time. You could have run away, leaving me there in my shame, leaving me fighting my pain, but you made a better way. Well, I've been saying goodbye to the sinner, I'm held by the Father of love. No more shame. Born out of the desert, I'm drowned in the power of love. Amazing. Told me the good news. Went way down deep in the river blue. The preacher told me the good news. And ever since my heart met you, I've been saved. Goodbye to the sinner, I'm held by the Father of love. No more shame. For I'm out of the desert and drowned in the power of love. Amazing grace, my soul set free. Ain't no break, got a hold on me. I'm born again, washed by the water of faith. Here we go. Amazing grace, my soul set free. Ain't no break, got a hold on me. Born again, washed by the water of faith. Go in peace and serve the Lord.
Praise be to God.
Amazing grace, my soul set free. Ain't no break, got a hold on me. Born again, washed by the water of faith.
Yeah. I always love that song.
Yes.
The energy goes hard. I find it funny after a message about being still.
I was like,
we do like a hard song like that.
I know. Steve always likes to go out with a bang.
Steve does like to go out with a bang. Yep, I was here for it. Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed that message.
Good.
I thought that was a good one.
Because you overthink.
I'm an overthinker.
I am not an overthinker.
Especially being at school as well. I have a go schedule.
Yeah.
And so like having to remember to take intentional time just to sit down and rest and be with God is very easy to overlook. So much to the point where like in my Google Calendar, because if nothing's in my Google Calendar, I'm not going to it at this point in my
Yeah.
life. Like in my Google Calendar, I need to set out time, like just pray. And like 9 to 10 p.m., just make a calendar thing that says pray.
Yeah.
And like, it needs to be that intentionality. It
Yeah.
can't just be I'll pray when I get to it, because otherwise it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I remember when you were younger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you had activities, Reagan had activities, Riley had,
Yeah.
and I was at work, and I was just telling, like at a staff meeting, I'm like, I'm just tired.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my colleagues looked at me and he's like, you guys as a family are really busy. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? This is not normal for everybody? He says, no. I'm like,
Well, and like going
that
back
makes
to
sense.
school, I've cut back from a lot of stuff.
Yes, you have this year.
And like, I feel like I'm a lazy piece of crap because I'm not doing anything, and I'm still doing so much.
I mean, you're a full-time student.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so like, it's very easy, I think, in society today to just go, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this thing and this thing and this thing, and I've got a 30-minute break in my schedule. I'm gonna go do whatever with it,
Yeah.
like fill in the gaps instead of.
And talking about how like society expects us to do all this stuff, like we are such a do culture that if you're not doing something, it's
Yeah.
almost looked on as
Yeah.
wasteful
Yeah.
or shameful.
Well,
and as Christians, as we kind of buck society, like no,
We're called to go against the grain.
yeah. You know, a Sabbath. You know, talk about the whole
Yeah.
day of Sabbath, the day of rest.
Or like,
is-
I think of Spanish culture with siestas and how like, I don't know when it officially starts, but you know, in the afternoon, there's nothing going on. And
Oh,
it's
it's
just,
terrible.
It's glorious. No.
Wait a minute. It is glorious. When we were in Spain and we're walking and walking and walking, we often would get to our destination
That
at
is
like
fair.
2 or 3.
That is
and we're like,
fair.
all right, we didn't get lunch. Dinner doesn't start until 5 or till 7.
7, yeah,
You
it's a late dinner there.
And like, all right, let's go find lunch. Everybody's on siesta. There
Yeah.
is no food.
But like, yeah, at least for me, I view it as I just finished a hard day of classes.
Yeah.
I want to go take a nap. I want
Yeah.
to be able to go sit back and rest instead of having to go to this meeting or, this event or whatever. And it's interesting how, at least in American culture, it's that go, go, go.
Yeah.
And how some other cultures like Spain, for example, have figured out oh no, this rest is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spain had a lot of stuff figured out. I
It's-
could move to Spain.
I don't think I would.
No.
I like my peanut butter too
Pamplona?
much.
Yeah, Spain didn't have peanut butter.
Yeah,
It was difficult to find.
peanut butter is like my second favorite food. I can't do that, but no. I think it helps too with this message. Todd chose the 2 Psalms that are my favorites, Psalm 23 and Psalm 46.
Yeah.
And so I saw that and I'm like, okay, this is a good sermon. Like,
Yeah.
he's tailoring right to me.
So Psalm
But-
23, my grandpa was a shepherd.
Yeah.
And so that's always been, close to my heart. But there's a line, one of the verses in there that always kind of made me mad. And just because I'm an American, I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Like, he makes me lie down in green pastures. What do you mean you make me?
Yeah.
Come on. I don't, wait
Yeah.
a minute. And I've come to learn that, like, he makes me is more like when I cook onions and garlic, it makes my mouth water. It's not a forced kind of thing. It is just a natural response
Yeah.
to the goodness of God.
Yeah.
Like
No,
when God puts his attention on you, he makes you still.
Well, and he makes me lie down in green pastures, but he leads me beside still waters.
Yeah.
And so there's an element there of, it's this involuntary reaction of when you cut an onion, your eyes water, or your mouth
Yeah.
waters with garlic or whatever. But he's just leading us to the water. He's not waterboarding us, forcing our heads into the stream. Like
You will be baptized.
It's a making, but it's also an invitation at the same time.
Yeah.
And so, like, he'll lead you there, but he's asking. He can make you. He has the power to make you drink and to satiate your thirst.
But he doesn't force.
But he's still saying,
Yeah.
"I want you to be a part of this as well. I want you to choose."
yeah.
And I find that equally
Yeah.
as amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And then what was the Psalm 46?
Psalm 46: "Be still and know that I am God."
Be still.
Which
Be still.
it's-
I don't remember very many sermons, like individual sermons. Just like you don't remember individual meals. Like you remember some. Do you remember them all?
I like food enough. Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't remember every meal. Not the
That's
point.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But Be still. One sermon that I remember, I was at Emmanuel in Elmhurst, so Dad's
Okay,
church
yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
And Pastor Stan Harding was talking about that. He said, be still. No, don't slow down. Be still. But what about, no, be still. And he said, be still in his
Yeah.
Stan Harding voice. And
Yeah.
I know you didn't get to know him,
I
but you've heard
vaguely
enough
know of
stories
him,
about
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, be still. Be still and know that I am God.
It's so difficult.
Be still
So
in the
difficult.
chaos of, I got to fix it. I got to do something. I gotta.
Yeah.
No. You just got to be still.
Yeah. And it's the idea, too, of, and Todd kind of mentioned this, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And so, like, him on the rug with the dog kibble or whatever, like, he lasted, 20 seconds at first.
Yeah.
Like, he would make it 30 seconds, whatever, and now as he's practiced more and more into his adult life, he's able to sit down on that chair for the 53 seconds or whatever he said
Yeah.
Psalm 23 takes.
Yeah.
And so, like, it won't be easy.
Well, and
you're not going to get it right
even
away. But
I like the idea of in the chaos and the hectic, while you're still doing, be still while you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole different way of interacting in life.
It's
and
the idea that, like, you know, in the New Testament, Jesus talks about the Sabbath and how on the Sabbath, you know, people are giving him flame about letting his disciples break off the heads of the crop or whatever and eat them.
that's not what I thought you were going to say. The
no.
heads of what, Ben?
No, but like the whole idea of
Didn't read that in the
like,
Bible.
there's a lot of misunderstandings about what the Sabbath is, and the Sabbath doesn't mean do nothing.
Yeah.
Sabbath is being still. Being still can mean
Sabbath
I'm
is
cooking
intentional.
food. Being still can still mean, you know, I'm going to go to my daughter's dance recital or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, what does it mean to incorporate God in that and have that inner stillness instead of
Stillness.
the out
All right,
external
so
chaos?
moving on.
Okay.
Wednesday starts our Wednesday Night Ministries.
That's exciting.
Go online to
That's
FOF.
exciting.
One of the big buttons at the website
Yes.
is classes. We've got
I
something
wanna-
ridiculous like 31 classes going
That's
on.
crazy. I want to plug in there too. Boulder also meets on Wednesdays, so it's not just for
Student ministry.
Student ministry, our adult folk. But if you've got students 6th grade through 12th grade, that is always a great time as well to do some discussion with people your fellow age.
All right. So guys, we'd love to see you on Wednesday.
Yes.
We'll love to see you next week.
Yes.
And we hope you have a good weekend.
Have a great one. Happy Labor Day.
Thank